Hi, and welcome to Mary Bourne ND. I'm Mary. Today we're going to make tepache. This is originated in Mexico, um, and the original recipe is quite spicy. I don't do spice, so I have changed it just a bit. Instead of using any red pepper or ground red pepper flakes, I use ginger. I do like ginger, and I have some of my freeze-dried ginger here that I'm going to be adding. It also calls for cinnamon. I like ginger and lemon, and so I have some freeze-dried lemon that I'm going to add to mine. So this is my variation, but I will have the original recipe in the description below. So the first thing you need, of course, is a pineapple. This is a lovely organic pineapple that we got on sale at Costco, and I'm excited to use it. I used to absolutely love pineapple, but I hated to throw away all the goodies that you do. I mean, you discard more than half of the pineapple itself. You don't use the top, and I have heard some of them say you don't use the bottom. I, however, like to scrape some of that out. Don't like to waste it. The first thing you need to do is add a cup of brown sugar. Now, there's a special sugar if you want to follow the true recipe that you can get in Mexico, but we're making do with brown sugar. So we want a cup of brown sugar, and it tells you to add the pineapple first, but since I like to dissolve some of the sugar before I begin, I'm going to take one of the 8 cups of water that you'll be using and put it in the container. And then I've got this handy dandy little whisk type thing. And I just want to get it started to, the sugar is what creates the fermentation process, and I like to just get it started there, make it a little bit syrupy. So the next thing you do then, of course, is that you take off the rind of the pineapple, and I like to cut it in chunks, and then you just simply add it. To your jar as you cut. This is so delicious. It is bubbly, so I'm thinking it might be a really nice New Year's Eve treat. It takes about 7 to 8 days to ferment, so might be a little late in starting. Just probably going to take a spoon to that in a bit. Now, I don't think we're going to fit all 8 cups of water in this half-gallon jug. But we are going to make sure that all of the pineapple is submerged. Now, before we go any further, I want to add my ginger, and a generous handful is all we're going to put in there. And I'm going to take probably probably the equivalent of 1 lemon. Dunk that in there. And if I had a cinnamon stick, I probably would add it. But since I don't have any cinnamon sticks, we won't be adding it. Okay, so here we go with some more pineapple rind. Now, you do want to add the core. This pineapple is full of wonderful enzymes called bromelain. And bromelain is super good for digestion. It's also a wonderful anti-inflammatory. And most of the bromelain is in the core. And many, many years ago, when we went to Hawaii for the first time, the breakfast buffet was fabulous, and I just gorged on pineapple. Well, then my tongue swelled from the pineapple, and for 2 days it was painful. So for a very long time, I couldn't eat pineapple without my tongue swelling. So I'm so glad now that I am over that. So we're just going to add our core, and this is a gorgeous pineapple, so beautifully ripe. We are getting to the top here. I'm going to add one more little piece of core. And we'll see how we are. This will start bubbling up, so you really don't want to contribute to too much of the bubbling. I'm a little concerned, but maybe it will fit this one other little piece of core here. It's not much, right? Okay. Then the final thing is that we want to add a weight. I kind of thought that might ooze over a bit. That's why I have a towel. And you want the pineapple submerged, and then you're going to put a cloth or a coffee filter over it, and each day you're going to stir it and check it and make sure that all of the pineapple is still submerged. And after about 7 days, you can test it and see if it's to your liking. Basically, what they recommend you do is take a straw, dip the straw down into the juice part of it, hold the straw, pull it up, and then taste it. That way you're not contaminating it in any way. When you stir it, I recommend a chopstick. If you have a chopstick, that works really well. I use a long-handled I don't know what they're made out of, nylon or whatever, but I just want to make sure that everything is pushed down, so I can do it this way. And it is pretty amazing. After 24 hours, you'll start seeing some bubbling up because that brown sugar starts to activate it and feed the yeast that is already on the pineapple core itself. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you have some kind of fun non-alcoholic drinks that you use for the holidays for those people who don't like necessarily imbibing. So, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2024.